Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. With Bitcoin, we have broken above key resistance, with 22,200. As I said in the previous video, the 21.9k level was significant resistance. There was certainly a chance to turn around there. But as I emphasized, there were different possibilities, including the break of that level, which could lead to a more extensive rally all the way up in the first instance to the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level at 22.7k and the 78.6% Fib level at 23.8k. Again, I flagged it up in previous videos. If we make it, especially in this particular run, above the 23.8k level, we can flip bullish. This is definitely a bullish signal, because you would rarely only get a wave 2 that goes above the 78.6% Fib level. And from experience, there will be a lot of buyers come in at that point. So that doesn't necessarily mean we will go up massively, but I know there will be a lot of FOMO that will take place from that point of view. And I talked about it in my videos yesterday, how this can all be traded. So I encourage you to take a look at my video from yesterday, my last video from yesterday on Bitcoin. It was a 15-minute video, explained in detail how I would personally approach this. But obviously there's still a lot of resistance areas before that. So if we go above 23.8, there's obviously, it might be worth waiting for the next dip. Because if we go above that level, I will probably count all of this as an impulsive wave. And that would then indicate that the next move down could be, with high likelihood, just be corrective. In that case, I would personally look into buying the dip aggressively. That is one way of doing it. But I explained it all in detail yesterday. So I think here in this video, I just want to emphasize that we have broken above key resistance, that the imminent scenario to reverse at the 21.9k level isn't happening probably. We are pushing higher here, and there's a few ways of counting this from a micro scale, but this isn't too relevant. So I mean, this could still be this WXY pattern where and that's what I mentioned to you earlier, that the wave Y could sit up here. This is exactly the scenario we talked about earlier today, that this wave B might have been a triangle here. So basically from that low here at around 18.5k, we moved up in a wave W, corrective wave, moved down in a wave X, corrective wave, and then we are now in the wave Y. And in the wave Y, it is a 3-wave move, A, B, C. The wave A could be complete with this 5-wave move in blue here. Then we moved down or sideways in a triangle, and we're now starting the wave C to the upside. That would be an impulse in a wave C, but within a corrective pattern. That's a possibility. It doesn't really matter too much what kind of micro counting I apply here, because different possibilities certainly are available here. I mean, we could still come down in this wave B, which would be an ideal wave B level, but that is not so relevant. The other possibility I wanted to show you, and then we talk about the key levels. The other possibility that I haven't really talked about yet, but today I saw that might actually add up quite well, is if we say like the original count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5 here, and that actually here we only had an A, B, and that all of this is currently a C wave. So that would actually be quite interesting, because that means we've had a wave, that wave 1 ended here. We are now in this wave 2, but basically had an expanded flat pattern, a wave A, a wave B down, and the wave C unfolding now. Then we can count all of this in a cleaner way, just as an impulse. I might move over to this particular wave counting, type of wave counting later, if we get a bit more clarity. But in this particular scenario, and that is why I flag it up to you, is because that allows us from the low here to draw the fibs differently, because you draw the fibs to the end of the wave 1, right? And we look at the retracements, and we can see now that we have exactly and perfectly adhered now and reacted to the 50% Fib level at 22.35k, so 22,350. That is an ideal level. We could push higher to 23k in this scenario, to the 61.8% Fib level, and would then come down. In this scenario, if we have an expanded flat, then we are in the late stages of this correction and would eventually come down. So definitely a lot of possibilities here. I know that might be confusing, and again, I explained that yesterday in much detail, how to deal with this confusion, how to deal with this uncertainty, because in the end, we need to be aware that at the moment, there's tons of possibilities here. There's tons of possibilities also, especially if you trade the lower wave counts. That might mean staying away from Bitcoin entirely to trade, or just waiting until the sky clears and we can see more clearly. And that would be the case. For example, I explained that yesterday. If we come down here now in a clearer corrective move down, that is when I would buy the dip. And then we could move here. For example, this could still be a wave A. We come down in a B and we move up in a C. Then I would buy the wave B low. At least that would be much lower risk than, for example, buying a breakout up here where you're much higher against support. So if you wait for the dip, a corrective dip, you might be able to get in at a lower risk. Another opportunity would be to enter a short trade up here, but I wouldn't do that in the current situation because it's a lot of risk and the situation is far away from clear. If we go straight away above 23.8k, which is when I think we are going to flip bullish, then also here I wouldn't buy any breakout. I would wait for the dip as well. But I think it's key to understand those significant levels when we flip from bearish to bullish and when we can put more emphasis again on the bullish scenario. But certainly interesting. So keep an eye on these levels. Now, next level here is the 22,350 level, based on the potential that this is just an expanded flat. And I think the 23.8k level, which is in the other wave count, the 78.6% fib level, which will indicate that we will flip bullish from that case. But I think overall, I think we are sort of at the end of this rally. What we need to keep an eye on is these two key levels, 23k, 23.8, and then from there we could come down. And any dip, the structure of the next dip will probably be able to tell us much more, and also where it's going to turn around again, or the structure of the next dip will tell us based on its structure and also the retracement of it, what the next most likely move will be. We will then be able to narrow down the moves. But as I said to you, the next move down, if it is a corrective move down, I'll probably go quite aggressively into it, and I'll keep you updated, especially on Telegram and Discord, where I can do that much more timely. Okay, and that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, also check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.